Everybody, happy Monday. Very happy Monday. Just after 3 p.m. Time for the final hour. It is the 24th of March. We had a big futures rip overnight from Sunday to Monday. Markets gapped up quite a bit. We're sitting near the highs of the day on the S&P. Everything's up, a lot of green. This is the opportunity that we all kind of hoped you would have as far as the near-term relief rally. And so far, so good. Some of the levels I'm watching, I've got some symmetry here on XSP, some symmetry here on SPX, some symmetry here on SPY. You could look at the same thing on QQQ. Just plot some symmetry really quickly, looking at a bit of a retracement from low to high right in here. And if we go higher low to higher high, a little bit closer on the NASDAQ for that symmetry play. So I just want to be mindful of this potential symmetry that's definitely more near term. The nice thing about the NASDAQ is pulling back to this low. Let me modify this just a little bit. Going back to this low from not last week, but the week before that, that would be on the 13th of March. The nice thing is we are just above this 30% pullback zone, and the next spot would be possibly this 38% zone, and in kind of perfect equilibrium, perhaps a 50% pullback zone along with this previous low. So I'm still a little bit cautious as the bulls are getting their little rally on today and this weekend, and that's great. But moving forward, it's like I'm aggressively managing position. So what I'm probably spending time doing today is I've already closed up about 53 trades for winners, and I'm going to continue to chip away. I'm on account number 3, so I've got a long ways to go. I hope I can knock this out in the next 50 minutes, but I'm just going to continue to go through. Looks like I have about 13 trades that I'm trying to close up for profit, and that's probably going on most of these accounts. So I better get cracking. I mean, they're not necessarily that time sensitive, but I've got a good chunk of profit for a lot of these accounts. I'm actually at a fresh high for the year, which is awesome considering we're still almost 7% away from all-time highs. And I'm just, I'd say fortunate, happy. I'm humble that the market has cooperated to where we expected. This little 10% pullback level has allowed the market to then rally or at least build off of these lows and show some relief. The sentiment swings we've seen have been really extreme the last 4 weeks. And that is part of the reason I've said this. I don't think that the sentiment indicator is necessarily a signal. However, it is as bad as we have seen it. So there are some money flows coming back in. There are retail traders that are getting back in. There are institutional buyers that are getting back in. There's de-risking and deleveraging getting back in. Those that are sitting in rough positions are looking to rebalance tactically and get their portfolios back down to where they need to be. So overexposure, not enough exposure. This rotation is not going to be done yet. So I'm really curious how the rest of this cycle plays out. So if this is a low, high, higher, low, higher, high, pull back into all this resistance. I talked to traders this morning during my live sessions. Are we going to be, getting back into this area for a bunch of indecision and nobody knows what's going to happen? That's scenario 1. Do we have this market that we had a 10% correction, just like we had back in July to August, and this market's going to find a way to consolidate here, and maybe the bulls take it back up again to highs? And we're looking at this as just like we've seen through a lot of these years now. If you buy the dip, the market provides really good opportunities. I'm less of a believer of us getting to all-time highs anytime soon because I think if we get to all-time highs, part of me wants to short this market all over again, just like it did early in the year. Now that may not be the case. That might be silly. This whole melt up and whole idea of going higher. Who knows? But I think that the likely scenario would be either we have this little correction here with some consolidation, and then this is sitting at equilibrium as the market then takes in whether there's more good news coming, like earnings stay solid, consumer stays resilient, and tariffs are a little bit softer tone, maybe more negotiations, and then we can get above these highs and get above that equilibrium, or that tariffs will continue to be this ongoing pain point. There's earnings compression, things are being revised lower, there's less growth growth optimism, and this market then tries to reclaim the lows. So I just want to be prepared for that. This is the movement that we talked about the last several weeks. And the nice thing is it's cooperating. We're there. The S&P indicators are, above the 200-day moving average. So XSP above the 200-day, XSP above the 200-day, SPY above the 200-day. The Qs pulling right back to the 200-day. And I'm curious if it stays there, holds there, or possibly pushes back into this 38 to 50% zone, finding kind of similar Fibonacci levels and equilibrium. We go to the Dow, same thing here. Dow's around the 38%. If we're above the 38%, I think we can pull back to that 50. So a little bit more upside potential on the Dow. Russell, this one, because we already had wave structure, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. If we pull back on the IWM, that would be somewhere in this level for the bears taking back control if they're going to, or if we're going to have a reversal pattern, then I would be looking for, this trend line to break and looking to see if price can work its way up into this area, consolidate here. That to me would be more of a bullish pattern to the upside. Remains to be seen, because I could just as easily see this going back down, and this is nothing more than a flat pattern with the bulls and bears just finding equilibrium and the bears take it back lower. If the Fed is not giving the markets more insight on one or two cuts this year, the Russell might continue to not be the easiest instrument to trade. I did get some income here. I am looking out to May as well. So this one I'm going to take a look at. I might be spending the majority of the session here for the next 47 minutes. I've got one trade I need to monitor for daily profit play, and that's right here. It's already up like most of the profit on the day. So this one is, it already hit. So let me close it out for daily profit play. That was a winner. Daily profit play today, 70 cents, closed out for 5 cents. So that's 65 for the winner. And we also closed out. We had 3 winners today on daily profit play. 2 of them were longer term expirations. When we had the swell in volatility, we took a 45-day expiration out to mid-April. And with today's rally, we're kind of coming right back in the middle. So a $5 credit closed out for $3.50. $5 credit closed out for $3.75. Took a nice little $1.50 and $1.25 per contract profits there. And then my broker wing this morning, it didn't necessarily threaten the upside, but I didn't want to mess with it either in case there was some momentum coming to the markets today. So I think on the high side, I don't recall what we talked about this morning for the daily profit play as far as the the Iron Condor side. It might have been on the Delta side. Let me take a look at SPX on the chain this morning. I don't think it was too much higher than I don't know. I mean, let me check SPX. If I've got any daily profit play students in the house this morning or today, what did we talk about? We were trading around 57.33, and we were looking at like a 57.80. So I mean, it's only 20 points away. I mean, the market makers did defend, and right now it's looking like it still could be profit. It would just been like a long, sticky time decay because price did come up a little bit. I mean, directionally we had about 20 minutes right in a row, right at the open. So from 57.17. 57.17 open with a large 1+% gap, and we went up about 20 minutes to 57.50. That would have been probably a better spot. So as far as the indecision on the day, selling above, selling below, and then that was a really nice spot for price to be pretty chill, which is what I usually see for Mondays. But when we started out trading and we had that big gap, I'm like, well, if there's any momentum coming into this, I don't want to be on the sell side that's going to be potentially threatened. So I opted to do the broke wing butterfly instead, making a nice little return on that, and closed out for a 5-cent debit. So let me update this one right here for daily profit play. This is update from this morning. Trade update, March 24. Trade 1, broken wing, butterfly, entry at 70 cents credit, and then closed at 0.05 debit, 0.65 profit per contract. And then remember to close the daily profit play April 17 expirations, AM and PM trades. And I'm going to work on that actually right now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with this account, work my way through. I got about halfway before we started the session live. A lot of stuff looking good today. I don't really have to massage too much. I got another trade running on NDX that I'll be mindful of this week as long as we stay above 19.3, which is 800 points lower. We'd have to have a pretty nasty move to the downside to get back below 19.3. Anything is possible. 19.3. The nice thing about this trade is it is well outside of the expected move. We have about a 91% chance of profit on that trade. I'm just going to let that one go. That is worth right now about $1.11. So another little income opportunity here. There's NDX, Neo, some puts for Nike. Some put combos. Let me get these labeled. Okay, NVIDIA, collar trade, put combos. All those are looking fine. Pfizer, fine. Gold, fine. Palantir. Got some ratio spreads here. Let's get this one labeled. That's a ratio spread. That's a ratio spread. These are all puts. Okay, so ratio spread, and puts overall up about $700. I sold a bunch of premium, and so far what it shows is, this one here, max profit of $1.41, not counting the profit trap, which, we're trading at $97. It's unlikely this has happened in 24 days, but it's up 99%. I can close this one anytime this week if I want to. This one is up around 87% max profit, and then my naked puts at $4 are up 385, up 96% max profit. So Palantir is probably another one to be looking to close and manage this week. No complaints there. How do you find waterfall? What are you talking about? I mean, I have to label these in my broker platform. Waterfall, we had a long 90-minute class today. We talked through all the trades. So trades, let me go into this image here. So waterfall, we did this. Winners today, trades 56. 57 was already closed on the Q, so 56, 58, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 winners today, 10 including the Q's trade we closed out last week. So we had 10 winners within last week to this to today. And then trades that I'm looking to continue to keep an eye on and manage for the rest of this week into Q1 would be trades 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. These are all either break even or better or in profit, and I'm looking for more profit based on a little bit more time decay this week. So, I mean, case in point would be like an XSP trade. Unless we're all the way back down to 550, that would be a threat. Otherwise, if we stay where we are within a 5 or 10 point move, these are all looking to get much more profitable by the end of the week, just having time work in our favor. So we did all that today in class. We also took 2 new trades, one on XSP and one on SPX. All right, let me take a look here. This one, for example, this is up $63, and I'm looking to pull out a little bit more. This is a 40 wide. 55.10 is back to the lows, end of the quarter. If we just stay where we are, there's more time decay in this one that should be able to yield some more profit. So I'm going to let that one go a little bit farther. DPP, I want to close these out. These should be more profits. So this one's an AM expiration. Get in for $5. It should be trading for like 350 or less. So let's try to get 345 out of this one. 350. Filled at 345. Excellent. So that trade is a winner. $5 credit pulled out for 345 debit. Nice little win there. This one is up with a little profit trap. This is a, yeah, this is good. These are the trades that I've been managing all morning. So I'm closing those out for a winner. This one right here, looking to close this one out for a winner. My max profit on the credit intake was 60 cents. I'm up $70. I'm actually up a slight profit target or slight profit bonus. So I'm going to close this one down for about 20 cents credit if I can get it. If they'll give me 15 cents, that'd be great. They give me 10 cents, that's fine. This is an SPX trade, so if I take 10 cents credit, I'd be okay. 10 cents. Okay, so I got a profit trap there. It's $70 instead of $60 per contract, which is fine. This one, same thing. I'm up 90 cents. That's what I pulled in for credit. It's up 110 bucks, so I get an extra $20 on the trade. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one down for some profit. So this one should be 90 cents closing for maybe a 10, 15, 20 cent bonus trap. Try 20 cents here. 20 cents not filling. Mid is 20, so 15 should fill. Come on. Not filling. I'll go 10 cents. I'll just take the profit trap. All right, took the 10-cent profit trap. So closing. This one I'm going to let run a little bit longer. This one from $4.95, trading up about 180 bucks. That debit should be like in the low threes right now. $3.15. Okay, $3.10. These are better fills than what I took this morning, by the way, so this is good. $3.15. Come on, man. $3.15, $3.20. $3.20 got filled. So $5 credit close out for $3.20. That's $1.80 per contract. That's looking pretty good. So now I only have one position on this account for SPX, and that one is good. I'll manage this one by the end of the week. So it's already up 70 bucks. Max profit in this one potentially by Monday close is $1.83. So if this one gets over 100 bucks, 120 bucks, maybe even close to 150 bucks, I'll probably look to protect it this week. That's SPX. SPY. This one is a 1111, pulled in 80 cents. It's up $55. 540, I think that's pretty safe for this one to just kind of sit for the week. That one's okay. Qs, up a little bit and up a little bit. Close out a naked put. That's fine. Good on Qs. SPY is fine. AT&T, this is a naked put combo. Naked put combo. Max is $3. I'm up about 51% on that. Target took that trade last week. TLT, little pullback on bonds. I'll just continue to roll my diagonal spread. Tesla, I took some assignment on Tesla. This one is a 111. This one will be important to watch for the next few weeks. There we go. And then this one is a wide bull put spread. There. Okay, so Tesla is fine. Uber took that trade last week. UNG natural gas, that one's fine. My $23 call is probably just going to be something I roll for the diagonal spread. URA, Walmart's fine there. And then XSP, got to do some work here. So this one's in profit, should be in profit. Let me go. This is a waterfall. All right, so this trade, still a little bit longer to go. This will be one that I manage through the week. This one is, how's this one not showing profit? 559 by 545, 47 cents, showing how I'm somehow down on this trade. That doesn't seem, I mean, I'll just let it do its thing. If it's above 559, this trade should be good. We're trading at 576, 559 right now out to April 4th. 559 is right around the 19 delta. Right around the 9, or the, yeah, it's not a ratio spread, is it? No. Okay, so that's a bull put spread. 559 is my threat level, and that's right around the 19 delta. So there's still a good probability on that trade just holding. Okay, this one is in profit. Let this one go a little bit longer. Credit 63 cents. I'm up about 44%. I want more, so I'm going to let that one work. This one's up 60 bucks. I'm going to take this one off. 37 cents, should be trading for like 27 or less. So now it's trading for, let's see if I can go 27 debit. So 27 debit. We'll try 26. Not filling. Let's try 27. You son of a bee. Okay, 28. Taking the profit there on 28. Okay, that one's fine. And then this trade for April 30th, up a little bit. I'll hang out to this one a little bit longer. Okay, so that one's okay for XSP. All right, that account is done. Moving on. What else we have here? Silver looking good for the 26th, which is Wednesday. Should have some good profits there, about $300 per account. Let's keep going. Let's see. Coinbase, watching closely. This trade should be looking pretty good for profit. If it stays above 195, keep an eye on Coinbase this week. Costco, watching closely. Let's see here. DIA, this is a 111. Looking to close out some profit here. And this one as well. Yeah, I can. It's pretty simple. I mean, I'll give me a chance to do that video tomorrow. I'll get that video posted on my YouTube channel for tomorrow. I'll explain the trade that I took, what I'm watching. So this morning on Tesla, because we had a nice gap to the upside, my break even on Tesla is about $247. In fact, I'll give you the exact number. So my Tesla assignment was on a 255 strike. So I'll do the math on it. So 255 strike minus $2.17, and I also collected $5 on the profit trap. So that's my total break even is 247.83. What I did today is when the market opened, we saw Tesla trading up in the 270s. I just put in a 247.50 covered call. So I essentially sold an at the money, or for me like an at my break even price. I sold the covered call and I collected anywhere between $15 and $18. So I'll say the low end is $18. So that's actually my break even on Tesla for the shares that I have at 229.83. And if I get it called away, it's at 247.50. So I'm going to make 1767 on 100 shares. And I'm doing that on 3 accounts. So if all goes well and we stay above 247.50 this week on Tesla, then I'll make 5301 as a repair and a flip. So not bad for, I mean, yes, I tied up some capital, but margin wise, I mean, from a, let's say a 229 break even, well, I'll say before I added the cover call. So about a 248 break even times 100. And we'll say because they're margin accounts, divide this by 2. So I'm tying up about $12,400 and I'm making about $1,700. So I'm making 7.29% on the stock. And again, that's return on the capital, which isn't a terrible position. I know the stock right now off the recent lows or even off today, it's like today's move on Tesla is up 11%. Well, Chris, why don't you just hang on to it? Well, because I've got other trades for income that if I take on the assignment, do the exact same thing, I might flip it for $1,500 once, twice, 3 times. The price might not go up, right? We might have this go up for today and then come back down. I mean, it's a nice little relief rally. Get back to the 200 moving average. That'd be a great spot around this $295 to $300 zone. And so either I make the income on this trade with a repair, and then these trades just become more income trades. So if it's another, $2 and $2 or more, I mean, I make $400 here, I make $1,700 here, I make $2,100, and I don't have any shares of Tesla. And I can sit here and justify like, oh, I should buy it, I should hold it. Well, I did. I bought some shares here, I bought some shares here, and that's like my core position I'm going to hang on to. But as far as options and income, I like that trade. But yeah, that was the original trade. Yep. So I'll do a video on it. I'll talk through it. And maybe there's like a Tesla video part 1, part 2, just to go from start to finish. But I think that's a good video to have. Okay, let me keep going. This one closed out for profit. This one closed out for profit. Let me go back to this account here. So this one is $1.37. I might just close this one out. This one actually is easier to close. That was a much lower strike price. So this one's up about 80.5% on my max credit. This one's up about 61%. I'm just going to take them both off the table just because I want the income. So if this one is up around, $80, this one's up $170. I'm just going to take the profit, move on, and get the buying power back. I have generated over about $300K in buying power today, making it easier for me to have cash at the ready, cash to deploy, and then hopefully pick and choose my next real, big opportunity if I see one. So let me close this one down. This should be trading for about a 50-cent debit or so. Yep. So let me see if I get 45-cent debit out of this one. 42 not filling. Let's go 43, 44, 45. Come on, Dow. 46. I think I filled this earlier for like 48 cents. 47. Seriously? I'm 7 cents above the mid price. DI, there we go. Failed at 50 cents. I was going to say DIA should not be this like feeling of illiquid, but this one's better. 210 and 210 trading. Let's go 45 cents here. Filled at 45 easy. Okay, so 210 down to 45 and $1.37 down to 50 cents. So DIA 215 down to 49. Now it's down to 45. $1.38 down to 66. Now down to 50. Good. And this one's down to 45. Good. So that trade's done. Added a few more bucks and I got some buying power back. All right, what else? Google ratio spreads, those are fine. IBIT, I'll revisit those. IWM, that trade had closed out earlier. JD is good. Johnson Johnson's fine. MicroStrategy. So I've got a bull call spread here that I paid $3 for. So I paid $3 and $3.30 on the debit, and it's already trading up about $100. This one has potentially, this is a $15 max profit. So I paid $3, I can make $1,200. If MicroStrategy has a big fat bull run, which mean, Bitcoin's obviously looking good, maybe, then this one could be looking pretty good for like a, $900 to $1,000 profit without having to wait all the way to January. Microsoft, this one's out to April, pulled in 228. I like this trade. I'm up about 59, 60%. That one's okay to just leave it on. New NDX looking good for this week. I'll add this one in. There we go. Nike added some puts in here last week. NVIDIA, collared, covered, bunch of puts. Oracle, watching this one carefully. I might take assignment on Oracle as well for a quick repair. That's gold. Palantir, anything here, just ratio spreads, full profit. Qs, here we go. This one, still looking for a little bit more profit. Probably just going to wait to assess this one at the end of the week. Naked put combo, close that out. This one, hanging there a little bit longer on Qs. Yep, let's see what we do. All right, RSP, SPX. Here we go. So leave this one alone. This one I'm going to close out for profit. So down to 330. So we get a 335 fill perhaps. 340. This is a $5 credit. Come on. I got it for 345 earlier, so about the same. 345 filled in that one, so that's a $1.55 profit. This one, also a little profit trap. $60 credit. Now it's trading for 70. I get a little bonus trap here. See if I can close this one out for a 10-cent bonus profit. Filled. Okay, that's good. This one, same thing, about a 10-cent bonus profit. Come on, be kind. Or 5-cent bonus profit's fine. Filled with 5-cent bonus profit. This one here, trading for $5. Now it should be trading for like maybe 320, 310. Try 315 to get out. 315 not filling, 320. Taking profit on that one. Okay, very good. So I closed all but one SPX trade in this account. This one's still up $50. I'm just going to let it do its thing, but that's a nice little chunk. Nice little chunk in SPX. SPY. Naked put I closed out for profit, 569. 569, I closed that one down for, what'd I do? It was up like 80 to 90% profit. So let me see if it shows, oops, SPY. Oh, there it is. Yep. So SPY was a 569 credit, close it for $1.17 debit. So that's not bad. That's up 450 bucks out of a max 560, 570. I'll take that profit. So that one's good. That hedge is still going. This 111 out to April, showing about 60 bucks. I'm going to evaluate this one by the end of the week, as long as we're hanging in there at current prices, 570, 575, maybe higher. This one's going to gain more profit. Hopefully, give me a bit of a profit trap as well. Okay. Anything else here? TKO. Should be able to grab some profit in this one. This one have TKO? Nope. So this account has TKO. This one is max profit $1.55. It's up 140 bucks, up 90.3% max profit. I'm just going to take the profit. So TKO for both, max 155, trading for about 15 cents debit. Filled. Another winner there. TLT fine. Tesla 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. Nope. So this is the 111. There we go. And this is my covered call. So I got my covered call for 247.50, which right now is in the money. That's fine. If it stays there, I'll still get the about $1,700 net profit. April is another 111 trade. And May is another 111 trade. And January of next year is a wide bull put spread. Okay, so that's Tesla. Anything to close up in this right now? No. This is the one I want to watch. It's up $77 on income. This one expires on Friday. If we just stay there, I'll make $1.28. So it's up about 60% of max profit. But if we stay above 250 for the week, I get the stock called away and I get another income trade for $1.28. So that's fine. Uber's fine. Let's go to XLE will be profit by end of the week or end of the quarter. XSP, this one, watching this one. This will be group. What am I doing? Waterfall. Okay, this trade. Going to continue to watch for this week. Bull put spread, watching for this week. This one, watching for this week and next. Same thing here. This one's up a little bit of profit, but by the end of the week, if we're at fresh highs, this one should be looking better. This one, rename this waterfall. There we go. This one is good to close. So 37 cents should be trading for about 27 cents right now. See if I can get out of here for 26. 26 not filling. 27. Come on. Okay, 28. Taking the winner there. And then this trade is up around 43%. So that one's good. Okay. That's account done. I may not be able to get through all these by the end of the close, but I'm sure as heck going to look at it. So if you have any questions, any charts, let me know. I might tackle those right after 4 p.m., but I'm going to try for the next 20 minutes just to try to keep hammering through these accounts. Okay, it should be a little bit easier. This account, let me take this one first. I'll go back to that account. So good for gold. If anybody's in my Project Options Edge, my gold trade that I took on gold futures, it's already at the credit level that we took. So if you wanted to take profit and close this thing down, this is trading for next to nothing. I actually get a bonus trap right here. If you want to take the profit, you can actually see a profit trap. Let's see if this will actually fill. 5 cents credit. So does it not go? So it only go 10 cents increments. So I'll leave that there for a 10-cent profit. That'll be pending. But that's a pretty nice little trade. Copper looking good for full profit. That's out of ways, but copper's up, max profit. That's pretty great. I don't really want to close it and pay the commission or fees on it, so not much to do here outside of just let it do nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to let this one we're trading at like a 2 delta. So the probability of this one coming back to threat is very little. Hedge, silver's looking good for this Friday or this Wednesday expiration for another $300. Okay, good. Anything here? CB, that's insurance, that's fine. Coinbase, got them labeled. Needed to stay above 195 by this week. Dell looking good for some profit. Here we go, DIA. So this is a 111. I think I'm going to close both of these down. So this one, $1.37. See what I get out here for 45 cents. This is one that wouldn't fill last time. 46, 47, 48. Come on, man. $1.37. You dirty dogs. All right, took profit at 50 cents. $1.37 down to 50 cents. This one's up better. This is up at 160. So $2 down to 40. So you might get 43 for this one. Nope. 44. Filled at 44. So $2 on that one down to 44 cents. That's $1.56. Feel better on that. Both closed for profit. That was a trade there on DIA. What else? JD looking good. This is my covered call. And those are naked puts. Okay, good. MicroStrategy. This is a collar trade. This is that bull call spread. There we go. NDX, watching this one for the end of the week. Euro dollar. Yeah, we'll do it at 4 o'clock. Watch the dollar index. Nike, group of puts here. NVIDIA, label, those are fine. Oracle's fine. Qs, here we go. So I close out naked puts for a nice chunk. This one for $9.74, close it all the way down to $1.99. That was a really nice win. So $9.74 minus $1.99, close out for $7.75. So each contract, one contract, I sold 3 puts over the course of the decline, just selling premium. They were pretty low. They were like 10 deltas, 15 deltas. They were way down there, and pulled $775. That trade was only open for about 13 days, which is kind of crazy. So that was way out there. All right, check this one. Still waiting. This one still waiting. Okay. What's this one? SMH semiconductors for May. 1, 2, 3. Pulled in $1. It's up $82. That might be another one that I look to close out this week. Okay, that's labeled SPX. Here we go. This is now a bull put spread. This one I'm going to close out. This one is up a little tiny profit trap right now. I'm just going to go ahead and take it versus being 25 wide. So see if I can close this one down for about like 5 cents credit. 15, let me go 10 cents credit. Cool. So I got a 10-cent profit trap on that one plus a 60, so I closed out for 70 cents contract. This one, 90 cents should be like 20 cents credit. 20 is not filling. 15 would be acceptable. Be generous. 15 cents bonus trap. I'll take it. Again, not having to wait the extra 24 days on those trades, and I'll take the extra winner. So that's a $115 winner. That's a $75 winner per contract. I'm happy with that. SPY. This one, going to let this one go a little bit longer. See how this one looks by the end of the week. This account has 103 shares with a just a covered call at this point because I rode the put down and protected. So 595 is my cover trade. It's up about 89%. I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer so I can lower my cost basis slightly, but I might roll it. I might roll it and go out into May, but not yet. Not yet. Anything here? Hedges are on. 111 still looking good. I'll look at that at the end of the week. Okay. Tesla, like I said, have the shares. This one's my covered call. Okay. This one's a wide put. And income trades, still watching. Okay, Uber's fine. XSP, here we go. So this one, 63 cents. Going to wait a little bit longer. This one, I'll manage this one by the end of the week. This one, still waiting a little bit longer. This one is in partial profit. I'll keep an eye on that one. This one should be looking good for profit. 37 cents, should be trading for like 27, 28 cents. I'll go 28 cents in this one. 27. 27 got filled. Good. So taking the winner there. And then this trade is a little bit further to go. Okay. So that account is done. That account is done. These might be a little bit easier. I've got about 12 minutes left. Let's see here. Anything pressing? No Dow. NDX trade. Good to manage by the end of the week. Qs. This one is up most of my full profit. 455 by April. I'm just going to take the profit here. 51 cents is what I pulled in on the trade. It's up 45. 40. Maybe a little bit longer. 455 seems out of the, that's April 17th. 455. I mean, that's trading in an 11 delta. The odds of that, I mean, I don't want to go all the way to expiration, but even through this week, if we just stay where we are, go a little bit higher, I'll let that one go. Manage this one towards the end of the week or Q1 end on Monday. Just get a little bit more time decay out of that one. Okay. SPX. This trade I can close out. So that one's fine. This one I'll close out. 1, 2, 3, 4. $5. Close it for hopefully 320, 325. Good. So $5 traded for 330. Not bad. This one, 60, now trading for 75 for like a 10 or 15 cent profit trap. So a lot of this is just repeat. I'm just talking through it out loud as I go through it. 10 cent profit trap. Got it. This one is about a 20 to 30 cent profit trap. Try to get 25 cents out of this one. Come on. 20 cent profit trap. 20 cent profit trap filled. Good. And then this trade. Nice. This one's trading down to like $3. That's a $200 profit there. Filled. Sweet. So that's a 195 winner. That's a good win. Pulling in a $1.95 out of $5. And that's a 40% keep on that trade. I'm pretty happy with that one overall. If Papa John is watching, certainly feels different than the last time we went longer duration on some of those daily profit plays. These two were pretty nice, and we just took advantage of it with the higher VIX. So that's looking a lot better for SPX, much less to manage. I'm at 75 winners right now. So keep going. SPY, that trade is a hedge. This one is almost at full profit. I'm going to let this one go to the end of the week. Hedge and the out of the money spread I already took profit on. Okay, fine. And then XSP. This trade, let this one go a little bit longer for the week. This one, same thing. This one, same thing. This one, about halfway there. Let this one go to the end of the week. This one I can close for profit. And this one is almost there, about halfway. So this one I'll close out for a 27, hopefully 27 cent debit. So 27. Good. So I kept 10 cents in that one for all the contracts. That works. Okay, moving right along. More. Okay, NDX. All right, we're kind of cooking along here. We got 8 more minutes. I think I can get through most of these. NDX looking good. Let's go SPX here. This one I'm gonna let run. That one's good. This one, getting a profit trap on it. See if I can keep that 10-cent profit. Ooh, 20 cents profit trap. 15-cent profit trap. Let's go 10. 10-cent profit trap filled. This one is trading for about 20 to 30 cents profit trap. I'll take the 25 if it gives it to me. 25 it's not taking, but 20 it was taking on the last account. 20-cent profit trap it took. So I took the trade in for 90 cents credit, close it out for 20 cents credit. That gives me 110 bucks per contract. I'll take that winner on SPX. Let's go SPY. This one is almost there. I'll look at this one by the end of the week. This one is looking really good. In fact, it's up 97% of the price. I'm just going to take this one off. So this is a hedge. Nope. This one is a hedge. Gosh darn it. There we go. And then this out of the money spread, that was a 50 wide. Pulled in 215, it's up 208. It's going to take the small debit and get out of this trade for a winner. 7 cents debit, 8 cents debit. And I'll take the win. Come on, dude, that's the ask price. Are you kidding me? All right. Filled to 8 cents. Okay, I was going to say, like, don't rip me off here past the ask price. Okay, that's good. And then XSP, just the final few minutes here. This trade, waiting a little bit longer, This one's about halfway there. This one I can take the profit. This one I can wait a little bit longer. This one I'll close out for 28 cents debit. 27 cents. Filled at 27. Good. Okay. This might be last couple I can do. NDX 2, 3, 4. There we go. SPX closed. This one for a profit trap. See, it gives me 10 cents bonus trap. Got it. This one should be 20 cents profit trap. Ooh, and let's get 30. Let's get 30 cents out of this one. 25, survey says. 25-cent profit trap. Okay. So closed. Just one spread left on SPX. SPY. A little bit longer on this one. This is up about 75% of the max credit. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see if I can. Yeah, I'll get this percentage up a little bit higher. This one should be okay. And then there's my hedge. And then XSP. Gonna wait a little bit longer there. This would be the last one, I think, for this account. Yeah, these are close. I'll close this one down for replace to 27. Filled. Okay, come on. What the heck, man? There we go. Sheesh. All right, let's try this one again. So, different account, trades, getting there. Got 4 more minutes. And then stay with me. I'll go a little bit longer than 4 o'clock Eastern time. This one for SPX. Closed out the daily profit play there. This one's still in profit. I'll let that go towards the end of the week. $1.80 trading for 65 bucks. I'm going to try to get more profit out of that one. SPY. This one is almost up towards the max credit. I'll let that one hang out a little bit longer. And then XSP, probably going to wait a little bit longer on these trades other than the waterfall here for 20. This one should be for 27 cents, replaced for 27. Filled. Very good. Let's go, Tasty. I shouldn't be waiting on you. Come on. Clicked on the account. Time is ticking. There we go. All right, we're up some fresh highs in the day. There. All right, this account. This one I did. This one I did. Okay, almost there. SPX closed, closed. SPY closed. XSP waiting, waiting, waiting. This one I can close out. What are these? This one's about 45% profit. This one is about 50% of what I want out of the trade, so I'll wait a little bit longer. This one, still need to wait a little bit longer. This one, wait a little bit longer. This one, wait a little bit longer. Okay, that account's good. That's a cash account. This one, all those trades closed out for SPX, got some nice buying power back. SPY, gonna wait a little bit longer on this one for some profit. By the end of the week, I'll probably manage this one and then a hedge. Then XSP, waiting, waiting, waiting. Waterfall here for 28 cents. See if I can get out of this for 26. 27. Filled at 27. Okay, more buying power and just going to chill on that one. Good. And final account with 1 more minute to go. Let's move quick. This one, try to close 330. Come on, come on, come on. 340. Filled at 340. And this one, 490, trading for a profit trap. Son of a biscuit. Let me see if I get 20 cents. I don't know if it's going to let me close it or not. I can close this one tomorrow morning. All right, son of a bee. All right, so I need to pick up on that account, close this for a winner, close this for a winner. So this one here, looking to close out for a little bit of profit. And this one here, looking to close out for a nice little chunk of profit. I'll let those open up tomorrow. I don't think it's going to let me trade or close these, but I'll try. Close at 305. Now let me fill it at 305. That's cool. And this one, see if I get a profit trap in this one. So I'd take 20 cents. It'll be so kind to give it to me. Gave me a 25 cent or 20 cents. Okay, good. Yeah, that's all I needed. All right. So SPX closing there. So 1, 2, 3 of the 4 closed. SPY. What is this one? This is a hedge. Shoot. And this is a wide credit spread. This one for 213. See if I can get out of here for 37. Filled. This one is a little bit further to go. I'll manage that one this week. Good. And then lastly, XSP. Watching, 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 watching. This one I can close. Fill the 27. Okay. Even though it's a couple minutes after the close, I still got to close it out, which is nice. All right. So that is, I still have some trades to work through for tomorrow, but I got to 90 trades today. And those are maybe 88 of them closed out for profit. The other 2 were live trades from this morning. So that's a pretty active day. Fresh highs on the year. That feels pretty darn good to be, 6-7% away from all-time highs and still being at fresh highs for the year. That's just a lot of grinding. A lot of grinding. I'll take it. All right. I'll put a pin in this for right now. We'll tackle this again tomorrow. Let's do some more top down. Let's go. So tail of the tape, S&P's up 1.76% today, mostly with a gap and some follow through. So we had a gap and some follow through. We're right around that 38% handle. We're almost hitting symmetry on the Qs. SPX is a little bit more to climb if we're going to hit symmetry there. XSP a little bit further to climb to hit symmetry there. SPY a little bit further to climb to hit symmetry there. So I will be watching those levels very carefully this week. RSP still holding. Let's go back to this trade. Let's go 176 on the S&P, 2% on the Qs or the NASDAQ today, 2.16 on the NDX. Dow's up 1.4, Russell up 2.5. Nice little comeback on Russell today. Let me check and see on this account. Do I have any Russell exposure? I don't think I did. Nope. Closed out my Russell trades. VIX, really nice retreat today on the VIX. So what goes up? This is a mean reverting instrument. Let me check the VIX term structure. So we are officially back in contango now. That is a big difference from last week. So that's kind of good. That near-term volatility is showing, less on the VIX versus longer term. So that's a good sign. It would be nice to see where we settled in the past. If there's more to go to the upside, then the VIX probably settles back in here towards the, maybe the 15, 16 handle before we have another bout of like elevated volatility. Obviously, if the VIX is going to start persistently going higher like it did here, be prepared for another leg lower. I don't know if this is a bit of a short-term bull rally in the broader scope of a bear market. I don't know. That's a huge uncertainty. I am trying to trade accordingly. So I talked to members this morning in my waterfall income class. ROI year to date, that would be here. So I'm up 200K. So I'm up about 7.7% for the year for this portfolio. Which, I mean, again, considering the markets are down, we've dealt with the drawdown, had a 10 to 30% correction, and I'm showing positive, like I'm pretty happy with that. And it doesn't have to do a lot with like being right in the bigger picture outside of having some hedges and just actively trading in a diversified way. It's like, I like the mechanics, take defined risk and do it lots of times. So for the I don't know how many trades I've taken, but I can guesstimate here that of around, let's say 7K in fees divided by about 60 cents per contract. I've already traded over 11,600 option contracts this year. So, I mean, and it's easy. Like if I'm doing a 4-leg trade, it's 4 of those trades, but per contract, like it's just a lot of trading. That's how I do it. I mean, it's not fancy. It's not crazy. I'm not some YOLO trader that makes these giant wins. If I get a big win, it could be a 3 to 5% runner that would be like a 0.5 to 1% risk and let the asymmetry go. But I don't do a lot of buy and hold. I don't do a lot of owning. I mean, I'm sitting up $1,400 of my. I mean, I'm nearly back to 50% cash in this account. It was around 30%. Now I'm back up to closer to like 45, 50% cash, which is good. I want it that way. That is, I'd like to be a little bit more invested, but I think it's good to have like cash at the ready for, bigger opportunities. So, all right, that's where we're at in the VIX. Dollar index. Short term, I think dollar index is going to rally a little bit somewhere in this area. If anybody's watching to short the dollar, I think this is a little bit early. I could see the dollar coming back into, look, resistance, 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 resistance. If it's going to be like textbook perfect, it would be back into this resistance area, which puts us around like 105, 105.50, and then look for a confirmation to roll back over. Yes, no, maybe. This does seem like a very odd place for the dollar, especially since this was the breakout point. This was the breakout point. This is the inefficiency. I think this is a near-term retracement for another flush down on the dollar. And we're going to see if this actually offers support or if this is going to be like a much bigger kind of macro trend on the dollar. So, I would just be patient. If we pull back into this area, look for confirmation, pull back in this area, pull back in this area, anything here with confirmation on shorter time frames. I like the dollar going back down. So therefore, that euro dollar question that Rev was asking, so euro dollar, we're getting a pullback. So I could see the euro dollar coming back into this area here and looking to see how it plays out in a smaller time frame. Look for a bottoming pattern and see if the trend resumes. If it does, then maybe getting us back to like 1150 to 1200. That's a nice little trade from 107 to 108. If we have another continuation on dollar weakness. Okay. All right. What else? So oil's working off the lows a little bit. I'm not long. I'm not short. I don't like oil at all. I know that Trump and co want to be seeing weaker energy prices or lower energy prices or lower gas at the pump prices. I know they're, aiming towards tax cuts and deregulation. I don't know how that affects prices outside of that's ultimately going to be a headwind for oil prices. But I'm not sure. I think that if you get a chance to, see confirmation to fade oil or this floor breaks, I think oil, does head into the 60s. If we're going to battle inflation, we could certainly do it with lower energy prices or lower oil prices. I'm still going to stay long natural gas. I like this one. This is a 2027 trade, so I'm in this one a little bit longer term. Gold, getting a nice pullback. This is a futures trade I was talking about. So gold futures, I don't have to go too much longer on this one. I could close this one out pretty soon. Come on, man. All right. I'm doing a lot of clicking, and that platform is not quite cooperating. There we go. Okay. So gold. Let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I pulled in $1.20. It's trading for actually a small profit trap. For an income trade and max risk of around $3,000, I think I'm just going to take profit on this. Let me see if I can close this for $1.20, trade it less for. This actually should be offering a little tiny credit. So let me try to get this credit in and let that pend. If it fills, today, tomorrow, awesome. If it doesn't, I'll just update this and probably just take the profit. So gold, I'm still looking for a pullback. I want to be long gold, but where I would say at least this pullback zone or a retest of this level here. I've been watching and tracking. This is why I decided to short gold with that 3250 high handle, is because I think the stretch away move from this 200 moving average, it means that gold is likely going to top out. So, to what degree? At the very least, if we have a 1, 2, 3 wave correction, I'm looking to reestablish gold positions and get long again. And that's probably a medium to long-term position. I still like gold. I think gold is a good hedge to have in the portfolio, especially with the uncertainty in the global economy. But I think a pullback is needed. And I've said this before, the same reason I was short the S&P, the same reason I was short the NASDAQ, the same reason I was short Costco, Meta, Netflix, were all based on this high percentage move away from the bar count. So we had a combination of time away from the 200 moving average, as well as percentage away from the 200 moving average. That's why I'm short. So, and I say that, but it's like I'm short for an income trade, which isn't threatened until up here. So if price rolls over, this income trade is full profit for $1.20 a contract. Okay. Otherwise, I'm sitting waiting to add more positions to the bull market that I've been in for the last 2 years. So I've been riding, gold longer and higher, and I want to add to it. I just haven't added outside of this pullback. I had a bull market breakout from here that I was long. I had a bull market breakout from here that I was long, and I'm still riding gold higher. So the last time I added was right in here, and I added bull call spreads, bull put spreads, and I bought some shares. That combination has worked out pretty nicely. So getting a correction, I'll probably treat this much of the same way. I'll do options and try to juice the overall core position. That's running pretty nicely. Okay, silver, really nice support off the 200 moving average. I'd watch that one closely. Bitcoin, nice little rally today. It's up 2.81%. MicroStrategy, kind of the juiced, levered Bitcoin, is up 10% today. It is what it is. I mean, there's a lot of structure and a lot of chop back here around this 350 to 370 handle. I may look to do. There's a ton of volatility in this one, but I've got a 310 call out to May. I might look to roll this out to the end of May and see if I can pull in another. I'm in 300 shares of MicroStrategy. So if I can roll this out by, another $5 or another $10, well, that gives me another $1,500, and that gives me another $3,000 by going out maybe a week or so. So I'll watch. But I think that income trade is worth it if we're at least going to get above, 310 or stay above 310. If we get to 360, 370, sure, I can let some upside go, but I'm generating income, selling premiums, getting it called away, whatever. I'm fine with that for an income trade. Coinbase, this is an important one to watch this week. If Bitcoin has a great week, then Coinbase, I avoid assignment, and I will keep the dollar credit on top of, no need to repair, get the assignment. If I did have an assignment coming where we're less than 195 this week on Coinbase, then I will flip it and repair it a lot like I'm doing on Tesla. So there's pretty high premiums in this as a stock if you own it. My goal would be know my break even, sell a nice premium covered call, try to collect $5 or $10 net, and if I walk away for an own position, still make $500 to $1,000, doing on a couple accounts. Maybe I generate a few $1,000s. That's Coinbase. Anything else here? What are the global markets up today? Let's go FinViz. So broad market up 71%, advancing. That's pretty impressive, led by Mag 7. Why? Well, Mag 7 took the brunt of the decline. I actually said this on Friday last week. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mag 7 come back and retest the 200 moving average. It's right here. It did it in one day. So this surge to the upside just shows, hey, you want to beat up some of the best performing stocks in the world? Well, let's see if we have a broadening out, right? Which means now the market's kind of spread a little bit more throughout the 493 stocks, but you still have a Mag 7 that looks good. And a Mag 7 at this discount with the, the drop in price to earnings, that makes it a little bit more attractive. So Mag 7 is looking pretty good, and a move like today, a lot of gaps, but a move like today looking better. Meta's up, Tesla's up, Amazon, Google, I mean, they're looking good for the end of the quarter. So we'll see if it stays. I think that's the most important thing, is that, are they going to stay here? Is this move for the end of the quarter going to stay here? I mean, I hope so. I hope we get back to this like 50% zone before this market even thinks about trying to short. Okay. And honestly, coming into the end of the quarter, if we're sitting right here, this is a perfect spot to then let the bulls and the bears and price decide where we're going next. Because I don't know. I really don't know. I told traders this morning that if we have a high, low, lower high, and this thing starts to roll over again, bears don't really know they're right until they take out these lows. A more avid, aggressive bear could be like, I'm shorting it right here. If I get this thing back down to the lows, I'm going to, trail my profits, whatever. But the true sense of, are we in a bull rally in a bear market? We don't know that until this actually clears this low. And that's a lot of room to be wrong. So I could see the bulls in the market, naturally wants to try to go higher and justify going higher. But if the market is up here and it consolidates, that's a tough spot to have a direction. In fact, our best trades might be, we might have a lot of nothing, and this is where like something bad has to happen. And this is where something kind of good can, seep into the markets and there's a little more optimism. But I think we'd have a slow grind to the upside, I think, or we'd have another really aggressive, nastier leg to the downside. And that's to be determined. So I think that This has been like the last month talking about this, by the way. So I don't want to make it seem like if you're listening to this, like we keep talking about the same stuff, because we don't. It's all relative to what prices are doing. But when this drop happened, I was taking some bites and taking some nibbles and putting on some positions. That's what I'm closing out. That's the 90 winners that I had today, roughly. It's like 87 to 88 winners I had today were all because of my willingness to take some bites on what I thought were going to be some overextended moves. And they weren't even close. I mean, some of the trades, yes, I had to trade pretty much at the money. Otherwise, it's like, just selling a put, doing a ratio spread, being up 60, 70, 80% of that max credit and do it within 20 days. It's like, just trade it. So anyway, I could see the end of the quarter finishing right about here. And then we come into April and we'll see. The softening tone, if that is going to be the case going into April and tariffs, then perhaps this market can find a way to go higher. And this, if we're going higher, looks a lot different than the bulls coming back in and like kind of line in the sand, and the bears are like ready to defend. If the bears don't defend that and this market just drifts and drifts and drifts, I mean the bulls get the upper hand, and where to? Well, probably all-time highs. I don't know if I love that trade, but is this enough to be like, yep, now we're going higher? Well, what's inflation going to do if we're at all-time highs again? What's the Fed going to do if we're at all-time highs again? What's the 10-year yield doing if we're at all-time highs again? These are things like I think this whole, like, I'm not going to say stagflation because that's a terrible word, and honestly, from historical context, we're not even close to stagflation. But this is not good, right? If you want people to be able to refinance, buy new homes, buy cars, buy things, this has to go lower. If this goes higher, look, the Trump administration can do all sorts of stuff, but if global yields are going higher, the 10-year yield for the US is going to go up, or it's going to stay sticky. So at best right now, I would think if the 10-year yield stays in this area, that would be good. My concern is that the current administration wants to see this go down so violently that they're just going to gut and talk tough and try to drive this thing significantly lower. So I don't know. I mean, this is where the 10-year yield becomes a problem. This is where the stock market becomes a problem. And so we're kind of operating in no man's land where it's like, well, this is a problem for the overall market. This is a problem for the overall market. And if it stays in the middle, it's like, well, maybe the guardrails are in. Nobody really complains. Things operate as needed. But I just think there's danger. There's danger one way or the other. If we get an extreme move up or down, there's danger ahead. Because if we have the 10-year yield dropping like this, how does that happen? Everyone stops spending money. If everyone stops spending money, the 10-year is going to drop. What happens to the stock market? It's going to drop. So that's, there's several indicators I'm watching for the tell of whether or not we're a, bear market overall, and this is just a short-term corrective bull rally. All right. Anyway, mortgage rates still hanging out. Futures wise, currency wise, JNK back up. We've got pretty tight liquidity in the markets right now. Jobless claims still pretty darn low. Initial jobless claims still pretty darn low. This is the unemployment rate, still pretty darn low. Here's your Fed funds rate, not probably touching rates until June. China overall fine. I'm hanging on to shares of Alibaba, hanging on to shares of Baidu, hanging on to shares of JD. That's it. And then also my diversifier play is SCHY. The advanced decline line, that's fine. This is the one I'm watching closest, which would be how many stocks are above the 50-day. If we have another flush to the downside, I'm looking for this one to come back down and retest lows. And this would be that only about 10 to 12% of stocks are above the 50-day. To me, that's a broad time indicator. Not there yet, nor are we there on the NASDAQ, but watching to see if we have a timing of finding a broad market bottom. We're not there yet. So, it's interesting that today, 70% of stocks advancing, and yet, how many stocks above the 50-day, it really hasn't moved much. How many stocks in the S&P above the 50-day really hasn't moved much. So we'll see how this continues to develop a little bit, because a lot of stocks right now are probably trading in between their 50 moving average and maybe even, at or below the 200 moving average until that response. So how many stocks below the 200-day? Well, there's still room to go for more potential market breadth pain. Last time we had a big timing indicator would have been the end of the bear market in 2022. This one in October of 2023. I mean, obviously, which one did you rather have? I mean, it was nice to say like October 2023 is a buying opportunity, but we were already in a bull market at that time. We came out of most of 2022 in Q4 with a bull market, and that ripped again in May and June, and we had another little pullback, and it ripped again October, November. That was a really aggressive Q4, by the way. But my point is, as far as the bigger timing, this level on the 200-day, much better timing. So if this is going to come down for another leg lower, that's when I'd want to start being established. And that might be a 15% correction in the S&P. It might be more. I don't know. All right, so we'll watch. CAD yen, New Zealand yen, currently long on both. Okay. I've only said it for like 10 years, but I don't know why people trade the Japanese yen under currencies. It's not a bad trade, but have a plan, have a stop loss. CAD yen looks good as long as it doesn't invalidate that low. To me, this is if we have a risk on rally, then CAD yen, sure, recovers back into, these moving averages, recovers maybe even back to this chop zone where we have a low here and a high here. But I would not just take a big risk. I would say have a plan, have a stop loss in mind, and follow some type of indicators. I mean, I like the trade. I just don't like the negative swap. So I'm hoping that if you paid attention to this, I've talked about this for the last 3-4 weeks, is watch this August 5th low. There's a great opportunity on the shorter time frame to get long. CAD yen, New Zealand yen, great entries. If I was in those trades myself, I'd be break even, and I would just be looking to manage profit to the best of my ability. I dislike the yen and currency so much. I hate trading negative swap and brokers when they're going to charge you, double, triple rollover on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or over the weekends. I hate that. So I trade Japanese yen futures and FXY to be long the yen if I want to be long the yen. Otherwise, I just stay out. Japanese yen futures is probably my best instrument if I want to trade it. So I hope that helps. I mean, I think the technicals are good, but have a plan. Don't do anything silly. Certainly don't dollar cost average and think this thing has to go up. The one big concern on the Japanese yen in general would be that it's the only central bank that's raising rates. Like one of the few major central banks that are raising rates. Now they're sitting at 0.5%. They don't really talk like they're going to raise more rates, but if they do, and they're raising rates against the backdrop of central banks that are cutting rates, that does change into potentially one of these situations. So let's say in the near term we have a rally, and then in the next 3 to 6 months the BOJ raises again, and the market's like, oh no, here's another round of deleveraging, and all this trade works out to be as a high, low, lower high, lower low. Because as well as I do, when this market's ready to go risk off, it happens violently, and this might be a beautiful technical trade. But man, I do not want to be left on the wrong side of that trade if this is going to be another, 1,000-point move or 1,500-point move, and I'm on the wrong side of it. So just have a plan. That's all. Okay, take profit wise. I mean, if you were risking X and a take profit is X times 2, that's a pretty good take profit. I mean, just trade it, or move a stop loss and manage that stop loss to the best of your ability. Lock in 1-to-1, lock in 2-to-1, just move a stop loss. Just trade it. Don't be greedy. But at the very least, if you can, eliminate risk and hope for the best. So, all right, I'll let you go for today. I got to hop on the road here in a little bit. Hopefully, all good stuff. So we shall see what the week brings. More to come. So for the rest of the week, nice way to open up a Monday. I'm not going to lie, like if the market can stay here with some momentum and a little bit of a clawback, that is good. My concern is that we have a nice gap here and a nice gap here that the bears are like, okay, well, if that trend line breaks and rolls over, then the bears are like, here we go, and just be ready for potentially this thing to roll over. But if it is rally and more of the same with just some drift in direction, this is why they say bulls climb stairs, because if this is the stair climb, okay, and bears jump out of windows, just be ready. We'll watch the levels. Okay, all right, I'll let you go. Thanks for being with me today. Hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe, all the good stuff. That helps get the channel out there. When you go on YouTube and you see all those videos on the right-hand side with thumbnails, our live session could pop up there, and we'll get more and more people to check it out. And your comments are much appreciated. If you're watching this recording, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. and we'll see you soon. All right, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.